Lines of the war on terror to the battle against street crime here at home, local law enforcement agencies are stocking up on military surplus items, and not everybody's happy about it. Military hardware in the hands of local law enforcement. Here's News 4 Tucson's Tom McNamara with the story new at 10.
We wanted to find out exactly what type of equipment local law enforcement agencies in Arizona had received from the Department of Defense since the beginning of last year. The Defense Logistics Agency responded to our request with this list. It details thousands of military surplus items sent to southern Arizona since the beginning of last year. About $500,000 worth of those surplus items were sent to Tucson police.
And so there's several different people that use this kind of equipment, and it actually has been during the tough budget times, it's been very, very important to us.
Everything from combat boots, jackets, first aid kits, and sleeping bags to gloves and even bayonets. What does TPD do with all this surplus equipment? We asked Assistant Chief John Levitt.
These boots, they're certainly a military boot. They're brand new, and we got over $10,000 worth of these. We issue these to 4 of our units in the police department.
He gave us a tour of a storage area inside TPD's main station downtown. He says military surplus items like these, individual first aid kits or IFAKs, are crucial items in the department's arsenal.
35% of our police department are people that were in the military or are in the military now as reservists and members of the National Guard. And so that linkage is a natural one. And that's really helped us, I think, over the years.
And what about those bayonets? What possible purpose could they serve on the streets of Tucson?
If they carry it, they can pry through doors. They can use the saw in the back of it to cut through walls. If they need to go from room to room in an apartment complex. And they can use it for a multi-purpose tool. And again, they don't cost us anything, and so it's something that we take a look at.
TPD wasn't the only southern Arizona law enforcement agency to receive these surplus military items. Pinal County was even able to get a mine-resistant vehicle valued at about $750,000. The Pima County Sheriff's Department also received hundreds of surplus military items. Tools they say can be put to use by deputies in the field.
If we need a piece of equipment that's out there, and the military is offering it up free, that it's probably already been purchased with taxpayer dollars, we'd be silly not to at least look at it, and if it's something we can use, we take it on.
Meanwhile, groups like the American Civil Liberties Union aren't happy to see the sharing of military surplus with law enforcement.
They have the technology, they have the gear, and they're using it. That doesn't mean that it's good or safe for communities or for law enforcement, for that matter. America isn't a country where you have a standing military in towns and cities. I mean, we have not set up the country that way, and yet these programs are essentially designed to turn local law enforcement increasingly into forces that much more closely represent the military.
We asked Chief Levitt about concerns among some that police departments around the nation are becoming too heavily armed and militarized.
We appropriately train people, we appropriately equip them. A lot of people are not even aware that we have, sophisticated training and abilities with equipment to respond to major threats because they don't see them because they're not at the major threats. So it's nothing that we flaunt. It's something that we make sure that we work together with the community to make sure everyone's comfortable with what we're doing. And I think we've done a very good job at it.
All right, we're always looking for your